What time does it start? The fuck? You are making the lobby, right? My coddle level is higher than my... Okay. That's interesting. Okay, we're just waiting for the stream to start soon. I assume it's on this channel. They didn't postpone it. No, wait, they are creating the lobby, so it should be up soon. So it's now just the waiting game. The old classic waiting game. Ah. Hey, Darksteel, thank you very much for the sub.
Hello, caller.
Got the dreams, baby. Wait, is chat not working? Did anyone say anything in chat? Because I think it wasn't working. First. Oh. Then I guess you didn't say anything. I didn't see the notification actually that you subbed. That's also kind of weird. What I was doing was waiting for the... Oh wait, they're doing it on the Dota 2 EN2 channel. Why are they not just doing it on the main channel? Oh, because Southeast Asia is starting tonight. That's why. Yeah, you excited for Southeast Asia? I mean, they don't have all the teams, obviously. We missed the main guys. I'm actually looking forward to EU. Entity, Secret, Nigma, Liquid. 4 teams that I want to see succeed. Yeah, SMG kind of, to be fair, I despise them, but on the other hand, it's also kind of a lame way to lose. Hey, Hermes is still with the Lions. Huh. Actually thought that... that some shit might have happened. Team Bald Reborn, still alive, bro. Still alive. Oh, 11 monkeys are now called Water Rune Enjoyers. This 11 monkeys might be, I have no idea. Someone probably pulled the racism card against them. I'm actually very impressed yesterday that fucking Soniqs got 2 out. That was actually very impressive. Not just 2, they got destroyed. Well, not really. They actually, the first game I think was a massive comeback by Nouns. Would be kind of cool if you see Gunner at TI. Hope Nouns win. Yeah, but I also feel, I also have a soft spot for Soniqs. Quincy crew team. Always have, kinda. Here we are, Wig, while doing the stream. I have one, but why? You got some weird wig fancy, bruh? Love to see a massive last chance. Are there any surprises in the first round? Oh yeah, there were. Bedboom was a surprise. The first qualifiers. SA was kind of expected. No, wait, SA was also a surprise, right? It was Hokori. And yeah, I mean, China was expected, if I'm not mistaken. China was this morning RNG 3-0. RNG kind of was like the big expected team. I think my prediction actually didn't even have. On my prediction, I hope for IG, but no Gaka, no chance. I can't believe that they won 3-0. All grand finals have been 3-0 so far. How the fuck? What are those odds? Did C-Dub Esports actually even win a game? No, they got eliminated first round. By Alpha. Oh, that's hilarious. Because I know that Destiny was coaching C-Dub. How you doing, PP? How you doing, Evil? How you doing, Darksteel? I had a freaking massive migraine today. I'm not 100% yet. Also, kind of sucks that we didn't have the Premier League this weekend. I really want to see how good Manchester United keeps on doing. Seeing he only coached for 2 days. Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, that's longer than most of his teams that he coaches, so. Tomorrow, EU qualifiers. Southeast Asia and EU qualifiers, baby. Lots and lots and lots of Dota. Fucking Alliance. Yeah, they're screwed. Hey, that would be the biggest fucking upset. In Southeast Asia, I honestly think it's going to be T1, even though Tony always says I'm a fucking moron for thinking it's going to be T1. But T1's got, like, the first team they have to face is Execration, second team's probably Resurgence. Honestly, Southeast Asia doesn't have that many very impressive teams. Talon, Lil Gun, Nigma, Galaxy, Southeast Asia, Polaris, Resurgence, Neon, Execration, and T1. With Fnatic and Boom gone, it's like there's very little left in the region that's impressive. It would be hilarious if they managed to win. Actually, who are the casters for that? They've got MLP and Jonix Fire and Danok and Ares for Southeast Asia. Actually, I have no idea who actually did NA. Let's see. Who are the casters for NA? Cap and SVG, Sunsfin and Syndran. Okay. And Western Europe, they've got OD Fogged, obviously. Gareth and Sheepsix, kind of a nice combo. Actually enjoyed their cast together. I think they did. Did they do NA? No, they did Eastern Europe, I think. And yeah, okay. So those are your casters for tomorrow. Anyone here by any chance watch Formula 1? And saw Max again dominate way too easily. Yeah, you're also for T1. Maybe I'll post predictions tonight for tomorrow. And I'll probably just say T1 wins just to piss off Tony, even though I do think they win the entire fucking thing. I guess the only team that kind of has me worried for them is Talon, maybe. If 23 Savage stops sucking. I don't think Makoto's that great. KP is one I've always had a problem with, even though he did get better over the last couple of years. Or at least this year. Q and Hyde, not a very interesting support duo. Zephyr and Whitemon also not really that impressive as a support duo. Cuckoo and KP are both offlaners that I just don't really like that much. I'd rather have Xiao Yu from Resurgence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final day for the TI11 regional qualifiers for the NA region. It's down to 3 teams, Syndran, and there were some crazy happenings yesterday. First of all, how's your face doing?
My face is fine, thank you, Shannon. I'm good. How about you? That's a very weird
I
question.
can't
How's my
hear you,
face doing?
Cinderin. I'm sure that the stream can hear you.
Oh, hello. Now you can hear
There
me.
you go. Now I can hear you too.
Now I can repeat myself and say, my face is fine, but what a weird question. How are you?
My face is great. Thanks for asking, Cinderin.
Oh, you're welcome.
So yesterday,
What?
upper bracket finals, Sonics versus Nouns, which we expected that to be the matchup from the beginning of the bracket.
Yeah.
They get 2-0'd, Sonics does, by Nouns. And I think, okay, I'm just going to speak what I feel like, and you can tell me if you agree. So
Okay.
Sonics versus Nouns, historically, Quincy Crew, all the way back 2 months ago when they were Quincy Crew, they have crushed Nouns every single time. I need to look at what their record is, but it's not close. Like they have been shellacking after shellacking, and that's even with Nouns taking out teams like EG at times.
One
and
last
showing
daily
great
predictions.
promise.
I actually still have to
They
do the count up for that
2-0
one, Wilsey.
Sonics, and it was
I
not
was
really
gone
that
for the entire
close.
week.
I was shocked, absolutely shocked. What did you think of that development?
I think so. I was surprised as well that it was a 2-0 for Nouns. I thought 2-1 was a likely result in that series, and that I was favoring Sonics as well. But I do think part of the reason that Sonics historically have been able to destroy Nouns so much is that they have been winning their lanes and early stages of those tournaments and then just rolled them in the mid game, right? But that wasn't really the case yesterday. I don't think Sonics drafted as lane heavy either. They ran heroes like Underlord, they ran Crystal Maiden support, they ran Shadow Demon, you know, these heroes that don't necessarily build big advantages in laning stage. And in both
Undying
games
and Crystal
for
Maiden
Nouns, that meant that they got
are
to get out of the
godlike
lane
in
stable.
laning
They
stage.
had Faceless Void both games, they had super carry, and they had very strong team fight in both games as well. So I think if Nouns get to that game state, they have a very good shot against Sonics. And
What do you guys have for
obviously
this
that worked out
series?
for them yesterday. We'll see if that's going to be the rematch in the finals, though, because you know what? Like, you come down from a 2-0 loss in the upper bracket. You're playing against Wildcard, who have been picking up some steam now. I don't think this one is just a given, honestly. One team on the up, one team on the low, meeting right now.
Having
Anything
said
could
that,
really happen.
I would like to make a prediction, and it's not really that crazy of a prediction. I actually think that this helps Sonics if they're able to beat Wildcard.
It's actually kind of cool.
Losing to Nouns
because
helps them.
the Varlama
one,
is a Belgian player.
again,
He plays
Nouns
for
have been
Wildcard Gaming.
preparing
He's
for
going to the
Sonics.
last chance at the very
They've been
least.
preparing for Sonics because they've been getting crushed for months and months and years, it feels like, with the Four Zoomers roster even. And I don't think Sonics have been doing the same. I think this is a wake-up call for them, and they get a best of 5 to try to get some revenge.
Yeah.
And I think they actually are going to have the advantage, I feel like, if they can get to the grand finals. But of course, like you said, we have a match.
Yeah.
And we are in the draft. And it's
Especially-
Wildcard Gaming versus Sonics.
Yeah, just really quickly for that preview of a potential final is if Sonics do end up winning here, like you said, which we still think is the favorite, but like I said, I don't think Wildcard at all are just out.
I think
of their,
it's
like, this isn't
probably
out
a
of their league. They can
2-1
definitely
for.
take the
I
series as
think
well.
Wildcard can be
But,
surprising. They've got some kind of
but
out
for
of the place
yesterday's match
heroes that they
with,
play,
with Sonic and Nouns, I think
and Sonics has
might
a
have learned something about Nouns' approach
the
for them.
sometimes, even though I think Fada is absolutely fucking amazing, they draft themselves into a weird corner.
In your strategy that you had there, and what Nouns figured out about you. And for Wildcard, I feel like to an extent, you know, I think something similar has happened to them, but more about themselves than their opponent, actually. I think some things that they ran have had like mixed success, like the Naga support, right? That they had, I think they ran it 3 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that. Was that against Nouns? Yeah, they had 3 games in a row against Nouns. They dropped to the lower. They run it 1 more game, and then yesterday they shelved it. They didn't run it against KBU US at all. I'm not sure if it was banned actually, but I would be surprised if that was a first phase ban.
Yeah,
It was not in either of the games. So they've also adjusted at least that opening to changing that up. But let's focus on the game at hand now. So Sonics get their hands on a first pick Undying, and Wildcard running their Death Prophet plus Marcy. This is a hero combination they've been running quite a bit. Death Prophet will be probably played by Davai Lama together with the 4 position Marcy on Alex. Pretty decent lane against Undying, actually.
These are some high-quality heroes in there. That means the bans are a bit weird. I mean, Enigma, pretty normal. Bad Arter, we've seen from time to time. But Lena Void, first phase, that's a bit weird. I mean, the Lena has been getting. I mean, yeah, Quinn has been crushing with sure, but first phase man, a bit surprising, and then the Void.
Otto likes to
That
feed.
one
He
may be the
likes to
most
go
surprising
wild.
answer to me.
Why don't they
Well,
have
they
like their
might-
cameras
Wildcard
here
might
and
think,
then this at
okay,
the bottom?
Soniqs or second pick, or
Why does NA not have team cams? What the fuck is this? Why are they? Okay, that's kind of lame.
just like that, like 5 support. So overall, first pick was a support from Nouns. Soniqs get their 1-2, and then Nouns would close out the phase with Void and go into bans. So if Wildcard feel like Soniqs are going to learn from that and try to adapt that strategy, they're just going to get rid of it here so they don't have to worry about it. And the Lena ban, I don't think it's that surprising, actually. I think Quinn's best games, he's just been trashing mid on that hero, so now you don't need to worry about it. You can pick other heroes for Kiara.
See,
Might be
DP
the only hero
Marcy.
mid that he's truly scared of facing
Fuck.
Quinn on, just open-ended, where he doesn't get
Sonic used to stomp noob teams. The moment they get some resistance, they start choking.
What percentage would you?
I
put
mean,
this
to be
game on if
fair,
you had to do it?
Can you blame them?
Like how
Yeah,
much?
I
They're up
know.
against like fucking
Without the lineups, just the teams. Because
Arkosh,
do you
who
think
doesn't
that
even
this-
show up
that
to the fucking
Sonics as a
tournament.
Team, I don't want to. Okay, I don't know a better way to say it because this is going to sound harsh. Weak-minded, right? They've
Like they're
been
prone
on-
to tilting, or
Yes, they're online champions, right? They're really good online, and then they go to LAN, and then something happens. Something definitely changes. They probably just overthink the situation,
Mhm.
and they tend to flop. Now, you're at
DP.
a point.
Okay, there's
where
some
you've been
fucking little
upset in
dog
the upper
barking
bracket, now you're in
crazy
the lower
next door.
bracket finals. If you lose here, you're going to last chance qualifier, which is gonna be really tough. This is gonna be the
Yes.
toughest year ever.
Yeah.
On the bottom of the.
Oh yeah,
if you wanna
minimap.
call it the
Sorry.
bottom of the rankings for that area.
I don't know. I feel like they're gonna bounce back from yesterday, and at the same time, though, it's also not. It wouldn't be an absolute complete shocker if they, like you say, overthink things and overcomplicate it. Like you're seeing this
Very
weekend, they're
early
running a
Lesh
second
pick.
pick
I'm
Lesh right,
kind
that
of
I think
curious
they haven't
about
run the
that
whole
choice.
tournament, which is a pretty hit or miss hero. So. I would still probably.
I've seen a
give
bit of
Sonics,
more
I don't know,
Leshes,
something
but
like
I've seen Lesh fail miserably a lot this
75,
batch.
80 to 25-20 or something like that. I don't know if that's reasonable. And earlier in the bracket, I think I would have given them a higher chance against Wildcard, right? But we have seen some developments here that.
I mean, to be
that
fair,
we've seen other teams
Wildcard are
adjust
playing
to.
with
We're gonna
Alone,
learn
and
a lot
Alone
from
is a
game one,
very
as always,
capable mid laner.
about
Granted,
especially mentality.
you
'cause
know,
draft is one thing, but a lot of
he
the
speaks
times
a
in game
different
one, you kind of
language,
feel,
and
what
there's
the
slight
team is like
miscommunications in
in
that
terms of,
regard,
like,
but he has been
communication
playing
and
really
their
fucking well.
overall approach to
Yep.
the game. Is it
Alone
passive?
is a
Are we
very
trying to play
impressive
super
player in
aggro? Are
general.
we not scared of anything, or are we? Oh, the stakes are high. Let's play tight today. You know, gonna be curious to see. This Lesh feels. Not
He's only
very touched,
17
at
years
least.
old as well.
But having said that, Quinn has played it. Maybe not this qualifier.
God, that's
but
so.
a lot in
That's
the past,
such a
and he's
big
been
flex.
Really, really good at it.
17 years
Io.
old.
Interesting. I feel like this is the hero Sonics play Lesh with. But Wildcard, let them have it if they want to.
Shut up, Twan.
Io and Dying, obviously a kind of weird support duo, but I think if you look back on Dota history, there's actually quite a lot of strategies that did use this double healing together with one
Okay, I'll close
absolute
the window 'cause
monster
that-
like Lesh, and then you would put an offlaner that has some sort of catch or a teamfight initiation or can enforce pushing. So
I was eating glue at
Have we
17 years
seen
old. I was
Leslau
way too busy
play
getting laid.
Undyne as an offlaner at all?
I don't think we have, but you're right. That is also
Sorry,
actually,
just had
Undying
to.
obviously does not have to be a 5, so could easily
Did
put
fuck
it
up
on
my
3.
schoolwork though.
I mean, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, Speed has convinced me of this hero. Lesh,
Yeah.
or not Lesh, but Undying, very, very strong in the games that he played. Zeus,
So Wildcard
third
ran
pick.
this yesterday, and I want to say they ran it more than once. They didn't only run it yesterday. I think they also ran it against Dog Champ. No, never mind. That was Dog
I've
Champ
actually
against
been
them, but
quite
Wildcard,
disappointed with
did
Zeus'
pull out a
performance
Zeus yesterday
lately.
against KBU. I do believe it was a late pick in the draft, though. I don't think. Yeah, he was the overall last pick for them.
I'm
and the
already a
second last
TI
pick of
winner
the
at
draft,
17.
So picking it earlier here, you have kind of limited information, except that you're.
Yeah, but
assuming
everyone
it's a
sucked
Lesh
that
mid,
TI.
So maybe you feel like, all right, I'm not going to be playing against one of Quinn's spirit heroes like Ember or Storm or Void that's just going to jump me and kill me in the backline. Maybe that gives them the confidence to go for this, but it does feel a little bit early, I think, to grab up a Zeus.
Were they playing it as the mid yesterday? I can't even remember.
Yes, yeah, they were.
I love
They're
that
still
Quinn is
technically
in the
flex
guild
with the Zeus,
RTZ,
seems
but yeah,
pretty
our you know,
not with
isn't.
Marcy.
I think Alex plays
But
it
Quinn's the
much, and
actual
especially now that they have Marcy. I think
G.
they've exclusively
And
put
Alex
the
is in
Marcy on
Creep
him,
Wave.
right? I don't think
Pog,
we've seen
Creep
Sam
Wave
play
for
Marcy a
life.
single time.
Yeah.
It's Alex.
Who the
every
fuck
single
is
time, and
Alex?
They want that lane with DP more than likely. So, yeah,
The next
Sonics are
hero
digging.
likely-
Oh,
deep,
Alexo.
though. They're
Yeah, that's
spending
true.
so much time here.
Wait.
All right.
Down to 30 seconds reserve
Dragon
time.
Knight. I was considering this
Okay.
as one option for Lelis. Again, the logic of having a hero that enforces that push together with Lesh. But I don't know if you want to go IO now with DK. I think you could probably still do it, honestly. But they have to be thinking to themselves, this is a good IO game for Lesh.
Not a bad
because
Zeus
the catch
game all
for
of a
IO is
sudden.
not really there. It's only Marcy, and she can't jump far enough. And having sustained healing against Zeus and DP sounds really good to me. But maybe they also feel like it's too all in at the same time. 20
And,
seconds
I mean,
left.
Where's
they get the back-to-back pick, and like
Where's
you
he?
said, they're in reserve time again.
Where's he
So
from?
they're really not sure what they want to pick. It's going to be the Dark Willow.
Okay, so taking the team fight approach instead of the support approach or the healing. Good
This
hero.
pick is going to be Sammy Boy's pick for sure. He's
Yeah.
played Ogre in the past, Abaddon. What did he play yesterday?
Dark Willow is Pog.
Naga, of course, like you mentioned, but they haven't.
Baden looks nice, doesn't it? Against Willow and DK. That's a pretty good aphotic shield game already.
true.
Omni Knight is also not out of the question.
Fuck
as
about
a
it.
possibility. It would give you some interesting carry picks that open up all of a sudden, but perhaps you're a little bit worried that the carries that you want to play with Omni Knight might not be the best against Undying, because usually the carries you run with Omni are the really single target hard hitters that don't deal with Tombstone. And if you're Wildcard, maybe you want to try to approach that Tombstone a little bit. You're probably not going for the PL into Lesh, but you could get some other hero that has quick attack speed or at least range to try to deal with it. As currently I have basically Zilch against Tomb. Absolute terrible heroes right now at dealing with that. I guess Marcy, you know, like, yeah, you have Unleash, but is that realistic? I don't know.
Yes.
Right, Pango, they're keeping the carry for last.
Okay.
They have overall last pick, so this actually makes a lot of sense. I think the Pango pick's solid here, you know?
This
You
is a
But
Pango
what is
mid
Sammy
Zeus
Boy
4.
playing? Is it a 5 Death
probably
Prophet?
Death Prophet, yeah, you would imagine. They could
Okay.
do that at least. They could also put the Zeus somewhere else and put Pango mid, but
Because if they make the
I feel
Marcy
like this is
5,
probably
they
the
can
by
get a
law on
morph.
Pango. And the reason I like Pango a lot is you're playing against these heroes that the type of team fight that Sonics take gets very disrupted by Pango ults. Because they're gonna like go in with Dragon Knight and they have this terrorize combination and the Brambles, but Pango's just gonna roll through them and set up for Zeus to get a fight where he has breathing room to deal that damage, and for DP to maybe have a couple siphons running in the meantime.
Yeah, Bloodseeker ban makes a
Team
lot
Build
of
against
sense.
Lesh is pretty valuable as well. They can't.
That's true if he goes that route.
Keep
I don't know if I
Nova.
would though. I feel like you only go Diffo and Pango in mid this game. I think on a side lane you need utility. You have to get a dagger.
Yeah, I like
and-
to see it greedy. Nice
Yeah.
and greedy. I mean, the defusal really cheap, though. You could go for it a little later. Doesn't have to be first item.
Yeah. I think I'd rather see Dagger Shard into some other utility item in that case, probably. But
All right, so looking for a position 1 for Wildcard and looking for a position 1 for Sonics.
pretty much. And Sonics have to
Yawar-
pick first.
That's true. Yawar likes his Alchemist. He likes the old Juggernaut. Any of these catch your fancy?
So I would say Alchemist is probably what they would pick if they didn't lose yesterday with it. So, you know, again, how much faith do you still have in the stuff that you ran? Obviously, the conditions are way different, but sometimes, you know, you just shelve a hero for a series or for a day or whatever. I think Alk is good. Static Field is a bit concerning, but I think you're very good against the rest. Like, DP is not as good against Alk as she used to be, except very early on, because you don't have percentage-based damage on the Siphon anymore. So after a certain breaking point, Alk is just tankier against her. They did lose Alk against Pango specifically yesterday. Not exactly in the lane, and they were doing well in that game. I think they kind of dropped the ball. So I wouldn't mind seeing Alk. Jug, it's okay, I guess. Maybe it's a little bit too much of
What's
the same
it gonna
stuff with
be,
less like
Sonics?
Dragon and Undying,
What's
right?
it
for the
gonna
push.
be?
Like, you're already kind of covered in that aspect, so maybe you're
Last pick,
overcompensating.
safe
And
lane.
you'd rather get like a true carry and go for something
Hmm.
greedier.
Troll's kind of tough.
Well, they don't have much time. Only 10 seconds between. The
Rating,
regular and short
honestly,
time.
I
So
wouldn't
life
mind
stealer
Troll
if
that
you wanna dig
much.
deep for your worst pool.
Bangalier's kind of
As
annoying to
well.
deal with, though, as
Not a
Troll.
life stealer game.
Oh, they're gonna go Sven.
Sven. Okay.
So outfarm them like
Not what I
crazy,
would've
win in late.
expected. I don't know how good of a Sven game this
Win
is.
it, win in
so
mid.
They don't really have backline jump against
Gonna
Zeus.
predict
Sven
Southeast
hates being
Asia
disarmed by
qualifier
Pango.
matches? Maybe.
That was a
Yeah.
very quick counterpick. Troll from Wildcard. They played
I
this
like
a
the
lot this
Troll.
tournament.
Yeah.
One of their go-tos, especially when they're playing against enemy cores that don't like, I say that about Sven, which might sound crazy, but they don't like being jumped, and Sven does like that, except by Troll. It's like one of the only heroes that beats him 1v1 in a straight-up fight, and Troll will itemize to deal with Sven. So
I
looking very
kind
comfortable
of.
for Wildcard, I have to say.
Yeah, same.
Some new stuff from Soniqs. This could either work out great or fall a little bit flat. Another upside to Troll, he kills Tombstone, right? Which is nice. They needed that. So
True.
I like
this
the
is pretty
wildcard
close.
draft
I don't really
more.
have a strong favorite based on draft, so when I say that, I kind of have to favor Sonics based on history. But
Yeah, I'm feeling conflicted. I'm not a big Sven believer, but then again, there's Troll. Troll's looked a little bit better. This time,
Troll's
to be
been
fair.
Yes.
a little bit
He hasn't
better.
really
Troll's
relied
been
on
looking
Troll. A lot
fucking
of time they
one of the
overused
strongest
that
cores
full
this
HP.
patch,
It's not
bro.
been a saving mechanism at all. You're not getting kited as hard. But you are playing against Dark Willow. I think Troll against Dark Willow is very annoying because the Bramble just continually stun you over and over, especially once he gets the shard for MSS.
right.
Yeah, but if
But,
Troll gets
yeah, it
Ags, he
should be an
cares
interesting one.
absolutely
I'm
zilch
hoping
not
this
and
goes
yet
3
about
games.
it.
But obviously, we were not expecting Wildcard versus Sonics to begin with, right? This was
No, we
supposed to
thought
be
it was gonna
Wildcard versus
be-
Nouns.
Yeah, we were expecting it to be Nouns, but they really stepped it up yesterday. I said before yesterday, I was like, okay, after I saw the Nouns Wildcard series, I was like, these teams, whoever wins, needs to step up if they want to beat Sonics. And I feel like they did. I think Nouns definitely improved for yesterday, and I think Sonics maybe didn't play up to their full potential. So keeping that in mind, Nouns versus Wildcard was a close series. Then Nouns 2-0'd Sonics.
So what do you
maybe this
guys
is not as
think?
clear
Do
cut
we
as you
have a
think.
prediction up in the
Maybe,
chat?
Maybe.
So-
All right, we got some predictions. Total number of teleports canceled by stun by 25 minutes.
0. Maybe it's still bugged.
25 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Player with the least deaths. Oh boy.
I'm gonna take Alone, even if they lose.
Alone.
Yeah.
Game
not
one.
sure
Let's
that-
see. Sonics
I'm gonna
versus
Wildcard.
Wildcard. What do you guys think in chat? I'll give you
Will a
2
tower be
minutes.
killed before 10 minutes.
Respond and
Theoretically,
accept.
with these
Death
lineups,
You bitches.
I will still say no, actually.
Lesh. Okay, I will say, I'll say no. Team with the most Roche kills? Ooh. I'm going to say Wildcard.
Yeah,
Actually. They have a
I
way
think
better
so
Roche
too.
team.
I think but they might still be fighting around it even after they get it. But I think they might get the Roche kill and then it breaks into a team fight. We'll see. All right, invasive maneuvers here from Sonics. They're trying to find a bit of an angle on mid, but Davai is already pinging them out, so...
Davai,
doesn't seem like he
Davai,
will be too
Davai.
surprised. Wildcard with the 4-for-1 split on heroes right now for runes. Oh, he's still getting caught out. He was not aware. He was just guessing, I
Yeah.
think, just barely.
Well, he's got
Coming off that
the
swash.
swash to get away, so he's fine.
Oh.
Leslau, however...
Leslau, first
Oh,
blood.
boy. That
4
is first
alone.
blood. Did I pick him for least deaths? Oh no, I
think you
picked
picked
Yoar.
Yoar.
Thank God. Jesus.
That is a good first blood to get, though, if you're wildcard. You get it on your mid hero, who is having, if there's one thing we can say about Quinn in general in this region, he almost never loses his lane. So you're playing Zeus against Lesh, which is a lane that Lesh can aggress in, especially early on. So having that extra buffer on Zeus
Hey, what's
is
this
very good news
scoreboard?
for Alone.
By the way, I
Oh.
think Alex was TPing to mid, if I'm not mistaken.
that's kinda
Either got
nice.
Canceled or he stopped it for some reason.
Oh, this is really
I'm
nice.
not
I
sure
don't
what
know.
that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that
I
either.
thought
You're right.
that he
doesn't
might have been
cancel too much.
Fountain randomly bringing like a fast bottle for Alone, but that is not the case. Either
Maybe
way,
That's
bottle.
kind of cool.
Yeah, it could be.
Fata bullying Device actually.
I think
dead
that's
here.
Sunfan's program, actually.
Oh, Fata, did he-
Decay. Swash is there.
Didn't he decay before he attacked?
He's
He
got
might still
another
get him,
decay.
though. He's still
Yeah,
gonna get
he's
him.
gonna get vision here. Okay, should do it. Let's do some crazy juking action. Goes to the top. There it is. All right, so that evens it up 1-1. Fata showing the prowess of
I'm
The
dying.
Undying.
Hey, it's busted.
Very annoying hero to deal with, no doubt.
This is the one by PGL.
Alone, like we said,
Wait,
already
PGL
has the
created their
bottle,
own application?
as
for
Quinn's
that?
bottle is now coming out. And I think
That I
this
did
is
not
gonna
know.
be the most interesting part of the laning stage, watching what runes Quinn gets. He is the rune master.
You were about to say who gets the rune, but you changed your mind.
I did say it.
That's
What
good.
do you mean?
Oh, you said which runes Quinn gets. You were about to say
Oh.
who gets the rune, but you changed it to which runes Quinn
Yeah,
gets.
I was gonna say that originally, but Quinn just has like a lore about him, right? He's just known for getting the lucky runes. See if any.
If you ask him, he
Heroes
would
come
very
over.
much disagree. I'm sure he feels like he
No, no,
never
no.
gets the runes.
That's not true, actually. He
Really?
actually agrees. Yeah, that's why it's such an interesting storyline. He agrees that he gets very lucky.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure some games are not.
Oh,
the case,
Quinn's
but-
doing a
Assessment
pretty
of
good
your
job
career
in
code here.
mid.
A little bit of
Actually, they're doing a very good job
missing
in all three
attention
lanes
from
for
Eve.
Quinn
He
Secret.
knew Willow was there because Sam was fighting him, but didn't stop the courier. So nice little freebie for Mojo.
Yep, in mid
It's
lane.
good to see
13-5
MSS
for
back
Quinn,
as well.
10 and 2 so far for Alone. I mean, how would this matchup, would you say, usually goes? Zeus versus Lesh.
I feel like it's Lesh favored, but not by a lot probably. But this is a very rare one to see, so especially where there's a new patch and whatnot, your reference kind of sometimes goes out the window for what actually happens. But the thing
Yeah,
is,
the Vailama
Zeus
3
does
last
last
hits.
it
Ouch.
quite a lot with his attacks. He can't just Arc Lightning every wave and just get all CS with that and you run dry. So when you do have to come and attack for CS, you get hit by Lightning Storm stun and you take that harassment and might have to buy regen, or worst case scenario, you get killed by Lesh. So usually Lesh with a superior range and that aspect can win the lane against Zeus. And it is kind of what's happening here, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Zeus still
I was
had a
getting a
network, but it is
lot of free
courtesy
farm
of
in
the
the
first
top
blood,
lane.
otherwise
That
he'd
is
be
very
knocked out.
scary.
Very true. That doesn't look like, well, we'll see. See if anybody comes for that 4-minute.
I hope that
water
I
to
I
try to
saw
deny
that
one player. That has seemed to
PSG
have
is
a
not going to
pretty
be
big
playing
impact,
against
in the tournament.
Arsenal
You
this
see that
week
as a double stun top lane.
in the Europa League.
And Divide Llama with a very baby swashbuckle. He's going to get the dispose help onto Fada. As the decays continue to come, the wand is going to keep him quite healthy.
That was an
Fada
interesting one.
Sitting on 1,000 HP. He's doing A-okay.
Which setting do you have on health bars? Like, you know the thing where you can manually adjust how much one bar is? How much health is that for you? For me, it's
Wait,
250. You know, when
Yeah,
you look
mine's
over a
default.
hero, they have their mana bar, and then they have a health bar with, like, these small, like,
Yeah.
separation markers.
Vi
The
has
separation
2.
markers for me are 250 health.
Yes, that's the
It's
thing.
always
Vi-
funny when you're watching Undying destroy a lane, and the enemy hero has, like, one bar.
Yeah. It is.
It looks like he has half health.
I
and
did not
mean, he
even know
does have
that
half
that
health,
was
but
that there were bars
it's
on
not
that
a
shit.
lot of health.
Are you telling me there's a setting in options?
I think it might be console
change
only,
that.
but you have been
Oh.
able to do that for a very long time. You can
Wow.
change where you want the threshold to be.
I had no idea. That's great.
I think some players actually did that when they played Axe,
Yeah,
so that
I-
they knew
I'm
when you
just
got
thinking that.
below that one line, you could Culling Blade.
Oh my God, Cinder, and you just opened my mind up.
I mean, unless they took it out of the game, but I don't think they did. I think you can still do
Cinderin,
it.
if you're lying to me,
I am 100% sure you
you're
could
lying-
customize it. I don't know if you can anymore. I know
Okay.
it
The
was.
I'm gonna
Vailama
have
still
to
only has
make a
6
mental
creep
note for
kills.
this. My axe play is gonna get exponentially better.
And it's gonna mess
Explain.
with you so much in the start. If the bars are usually
Yeah, they're
250
already
and you
using this
change
in
them to,
Arlington
like,
Major, and
200,
Reddit said it was
then all of a
lousier than
sudden
Sun's version.
You feel
Ah,
like you're killing heroes when you aren't. Like there's something
I know
subconscious about
during the
these bars
Arlington
for you that you might
Major
not
that my
really
shit
thought about,
kept
but you
crashing.
use it to
Yeah,
guide
maybe.
yourself in fights.
the
so
program.
Very
It
possibly
is gonna
true.
possibly mess with you a bit.
All right, so not a whole lot of action in the mid lane. Especially, I mean, that's a little surprising considering Lesh doesn't really have any kind of an escape mechanism, where Zeus does now. I feel like
Yeah.
that should give them some advantage.
Top
with,
lane
like,
is
gank
such a
potential.
one-sided
It's
stomp.
tough for
Holy
Alex to lead,
potatoes.
though, right? Like Devi can't play this lane 1v2. This is one of the strongest suits of Undying. Is when he gets to 1v1 the enemy offlaner, he's just gonna bully him out. So
True.
you leave him alone there to try to go and gank mid. It's a very unlikely play to begin with because your mid laner is a Zeus, so you don't have like any reliably strong stun or significant burst to begin with.
Oh,
you're probably
blocks
not doing
coming
it,
in.
yeah.
When
Rune's
oh,
bottom.
he doesn't get the lucky rune, but MSS takes the regen bottom.
He
That takes
is
some
probably fine.
damage. Yeah, he's full HP. I would think he would live through that.
No, it looked like Alone and Sam were thinking about it, but they obviously changed their minds there. Yeah, so far so good overall for Soniqs, you would say. They have a pretty decent laning
Sun's
advantage. Why is
gonna
he
get
not
out of
breaking the
control
clarity and then
very
dying at
quickly.
least? You could arc
Yeah,
lightning him
Have
and
you
hold
been
his
Baldy?
attack
Sorry.
animation. He didn't want to hit
I'm
him because he felt like
Otul?
then they're gonna get the D ward, but you could obviously just
Out
arc that
of the
away.
loop. Oh, I was gone. I had a wedding this
Maybe they agreed
weekend,
upon
and
it
then I
before the
was
game to
well, I was
clarity
with my
supply.
girlfriend the entire weekend.
But he was playing Zeus anyway, so he needs that mana.
I'm also gonna be gone next weekend.
Oh,
But in classic Sonic style,
And then
the
I
lanes
think
are
I
going
should
well,
not be
right?
gone
One
for
can leave
every
minute
single
7.
weekend.
All three
Who's
of
wedding?
them fortunately pretty
My
active. Leslie
godmother.
has the lowest net worth of all three of them, but he's very, very close. In comparison, the Pango that's actually all of the net worth difference, is Dragon Knight and Pango. There's 1k between them in the off lanes. So
yeah, because they're
that's the
mid
biggest
and
difference.
position 1 for Eve on the troll. Very close to the counterparts. They're not that far behind.
But
It is
Pango's
just the
game is
Pango.
atrocious right now.
Yeah. Oh, Pango off lane, that's what you get. Gotta pull out the gunner mid style. That's the way we like to see it.
Yeah, let's see what he buys. So he's currently eyeing up Mana Boots, which is pretty standard for offlane Pango. I think, once again, it's probably going to be Mana Boots Blink Shard. Just full-on utility route. Oh, nice. Yawar there. Baiting out the
Dragon form.
swashbuckle and the big creep and then gets it.
Dragon form pop bottom, Eve. See if he has to go, takes too much harassment, we'll have to go into the jungle or not. As top lane, we see the God Strength come out with the Stormbolt to follow Divine Llama, and just TP away though, in the midst of the Tombstone.
Yeah.
No, you aren't, we'll just get some solo XP
Looking
now
very
and push the lane.
solid for
That
Quincy
still
Crew
does
at the
not
moment.
feel great. Sure, you TP'd out and you survived, but you're going to lose a big part of this
I've been
wave.
craving sweet drinks
Now you
recently.
don't have any
Something is
rotation
wrong with
potential
me.
when you hit that
That's
level
called
6. A lot of
sugar
the time, offlane Pango actually wants to get
addiction.
involved somewhere else once he connects that
Most people have
key
it,
level, but
including me.
not capable of doing that for the next minute now.
Yeah,
Maybe
connect.
that opens up bottom potentially for Sonics. If they did want to rotate, maybe there was a play on Troll, but
His life
the supports
sucks
are
without sugar.
direct opposite side of the map. Well, that's not true.
Maybe I
Lex is
should
actually
try it
coming, so
without
maybe they
sugar.
will do
Maybe
it.
I feel better
Yeah,
physically.
no levels in dialogue
Probably not.
edict quite yet. Lightning Storm
Oh.
is there to try to set up the split Earth. Not even going to try for it. They're just pushing him out of the jungle completely, which is a win in and of itself as MSS taking heavy damage from alone, but the Thunder God's Wrath is not enough to secure the kill. Alex will limp away with a sliver of HP, as the rest of Quincy Crew very low.
I was drinking
Puts
plain
all the
water
time.
afterwards.
Hours.
Wait, you
With
drink
Fata onto
sweet?
MSS will keep him alive. And Fata's
drinks
gone
and
for
then
1-2-1
drink
build. I like this. I think
water?
this is overall my favorite build on 5 Undying most
Eee.
of the time. The heal scales really well, especially from 1 to 2. That increases almost a double in lane. Feels really, really good to have. So, yep, bot tower will be falling most likely, and Eve will try to return the favor top. Don't think Quincy or Sonics are very interested in getting involved up here, so might just see the full-on trade. And in the meantime,
Fata's thinking about it.
How did
we will be wrong. about
bottom
the
lane
tower
go
then.
so
It
bad
falls at
for the
9:34.
Yep.
troll?
Unfortunate.
Actually,
Amu, Cinderin.
that is something for
Very close,
fives.
though.
How
2K
how
lead
did
for
his
Quincy
farm
Crew
go
as
so
these tier
shit
1
against a
towers are getting
DK
traded.
Dark Willow lane?
Eve is going to get a freebie.
And he has a, huh?
Yep.
Feels like
this
his
is a little
net
bit
worth should be a bunch higher.
gameplay than I'm used to seeing. Used to seeing the, as we're gonna see the Dragon Tail come out with the Elder Dragon form in addition onto Alex, but looks to be fine.
Quinn gets
They're gonna
haste
give each other high fives and go
The
back into the
rune.
jungle.
on Lash.
Yep, it's a good one. He's gonna pop it, and they want to try to fight. Sammy boy, no Dragon Tail. There's the slowdown with the Lightning Storm, so that's gonna set up the split Earth. That's an easy kill. Alone now's in trouble. He's gonna get the Heavenly Jump.
I
off
don't
the
want to
Divine
lose
Llama.
my legs.
Gets off the shield crash.
Damn.
Looking for the ult as well. Alone knows that he's likely to die, and he does. Uses the Thunder God's Wrath, but no kills to come for Wildcard other than the Undying in the top lane, which wasn't even a part of this fight. But there's the initiation from Yawar, getting off that Stormbolt. They find themselves
Quincy
another
Crew
kill
coming
into
to
Divine
smack
Llama,
some
second of the
buildings
game.
and some heroes.
Yeah. Leslow's going to pull this wave away, so keeping that pressure on mid. He's got 4 points in Breathe Fire on the offlane Dragon Knight, so very good wave clear and farming capabilities. And surprisingly, actually not going for another hit here on the tower. They do have the Siege Creep dealing damage as well, but they're worried about the counterplay and will yield here. As you said, Fata did get killed top, but what a small consolation prize for Wildcard for what just transpired in that mid lane. And, you know, haste on Lesh. It's insane. Like, this has got to be one of the best heroes to get this rune on early on. Just incredible what you can pull off. with a fast pony.
Troll going for Battle Fury. He's not going to be there anytime soon.
And talk to me about the low levels of Diabolic Edict, which we'll have to hold that thought. As the Exorcism is popped in the mid lane, so this tower will be forded. And there's not many creeps, so we'll see if they mount a defense. And it looks like they will be. So Soniqs TPing in. Leslau ready to go. No Dragon Form for 6 seconds, though. And the tower getting tickled from afar. Obviously, Sammy Boy wants to be a little bit closer to be able to maximize the damage from his Exorcism.
Now he might just die in a bramble.
He's going to get rooted. Yep.
Oh,
no,
Quinn
maybe
canceled
not.
his stun.
Yep, not opting to get off that split earth. Now Sammy Boy gets healed up. A Divine Llama.
Ah, Divine Llama.
He's invis, and he still dies despite not having any vision. Very nicely played from Soniqs. That is the 3rd death. And it doesn't feel like, I mean, it's too early to really make any calls here, but Divine Llama, like when I think of him, I don't think of Pango. Just doesn't feel like his type of a hero.
He has played it a lot. I think it's actually one of his most played heroes, but like when this team dominates, it's usually off of him having a pressuring hero in the offlane. I think that is their general path to success, is that he plays like Timbersaw.
Yeah,
or Viper, you know,
the way it's looking, it's probably just going to be Quincy Crew 2-0.
Can put pressure. Pango offlane usually loses. Like, that's just what the hero does. It's not a very strong laner, and you're playing into an unfavorable matchup against the Undying. So, yeah, I kind of agree. I think
they're just
the biggest problem
playing
so far
better.
For Wildcard in this game has definitely been
simple as
Delilah
that.
having this unsuccessful laning stage. And I'm wondering, like, put other players on Pango, does it really make a difference? Like, I don't feel like it's a Divine Llama problem, like he's playing a bad game or something. I just think strategically these conditions are just really, really hard to thrive under as Pango in that top lane.
Yeah,
it's
I actually thought it was a Pango
They
mid,
picked the Marcy, right?
DP
And
off
they end
lane,
up
Marcy
pivoting
5
the
and
DP
Zeus
that
4.
they were probably planning as a 3. They pivot that to 5, and that makes Marcy's game harder in turn as well, right? Alex wants to play aggro in that top lane. He's a Marcy, and he just can't because his lane partner is not a synergistic hero for Marcy at all. So definitely something worth considering. Should you have put Pango 5, right? Because you could have played Pango Troll. I don't think that was unplayable here. They've played Troll Naga, right?
Yeah.
So I think that could have worked.
Could have. Devi, though, has Arcane Boots, and he was going for Diffusal, but has changed his mind into a Blink Dagger now.
Quinn never gets the runes, I told you.
Yeah, I jinxed it, I guess. I mean, maybe on LAN he doesn't get the runes. I haven't actually kept track of that. We'll consider this a LAN.
Lots of stacks here. This feels so good. And this is a big part of why Lesh is so insane with IO, is because of your ability to farm that area in particular.
Oh,
When you
they
have
spot
the
Sammy Boy.
The smoke
See
fails.
the smoke there. Yeah, so a lot of wasted time.
And Yawar's already getting to a point where killing him will be very, very tough.
And you can see the Bramble, just roots in general against this
The
hero
Bramble.
are ridiculously annoying. Until
I
you
watched
get a
the new
shard.
Ghostbusters yesterday.
As well, but still not
I think
even
it's
getting his first
Rebirth
item yet, as now
with
alone,
the kid from
feeling the
Stranger
wrath of
Things.
Leslau's Blink Dagger, but it looks like it's gonna get
It was
the
actually
healing
pretty
jump
cool.
off Sammy Boy. Has the Exorcism already popped in the meantime? So surprisingly, Soniqs not able to finish off the Zeus.
It was weird seeing that
Still a big win for them.
the
They
actor
forced
with the
Exo,
glasses,
they
the
killed
long
Pango to
dude,
get
that
mid tower. They lost
he
absolutely
died in
nothing.
real life, and they
The
had a
biggest win in
hologram
all
of him
this,
in the
Yawar.
movie. Was
It's
weird.
Just 150 CS minute 15. Troll has 100. Like, the disparity
Yeah.
between these carries is enormous at this point. I know it's only 1,300 net worth, but Troll and Sven, both with a free game, will sometimes generally go hand in hand if Troll gets a fast
Alex
DM, but-
tried to get the dispose, but just
Yeah.
a little bit out of range for him, and that's going to cost him again. So, yeah, Soniqs just feel like they're getting everything that they want, and not a whole lot of pressure from Wildcard. They've tried to pull off some smoke ganks, but they've all failed thus far.
I mean, this is shaping up to potentially be one of
Yawar.
the biggest stomps of the tournament at this rate.
Yep, Sammy Boy's just dead to the 3 right
Oh
clicks.
my
Divine Llama
goodness.
death number 5. 0-5 and 0, and now
Easy
they like
death
to avoid
ball.
the Roche Pit. There's a DD still with the God Strength activated,
Yep.
and it's going to be a quick one. Got the Diabolic Edict and Pata's ult for that amplified damage to Roche.
Well, we had our
Yeah, this
questions
is-
going in today, Shannon. I mean, for now, I have my answer, at least, about whether Soniqs were going to overcompensate or something based on yesterday. Whatever they've done this game, it has definitely worked. This lead is one of the biggest we've had in the whole tournament, minute 16, and this is the lower bracket finals. Just in this game, totally outclassing Wildcard at every turn. All of the moves are successful. They're pushing the towers, they're finding the farm, they're winning the fights, and especially, as we've pointed out, Devi Lama, one of the key players for
So
Wildcard
Troll has
in general, just been totally
Battle Fury
a
done,
non-factor
and
for once.
Quincy
Which is pretty
Cruz
rare
9K
to say,
8K
right?
ahead.
Usually talking about how this guy is monumental in their victories with his carrying from the offlane. Just this time around, just nothing coming from there.
Yeah, and he is still working on this Blink Dagger. 200 away. And
It's also
perhaps he has the next
17
40
minutes in,
finish.
2 kills for
Yeah, it's
Wildcard,
not really close.
and they have
He
a
has his
Zeus.
Battle Fury.
He's
As
gonna go
Quinn
in, he has
goes
Aegis.
high ground. He's outnumbered right now. Tombstone's going to be placed. They're not going to focus on him. They're going to focus on Fata instead. As Sammy Boy gets hit. By
Oh,
the split.
bad
Pretty
roll.
good roll from Devi, but they're not able to really get a kill out of it. He's
And
gonna
they lose
CP out to
CP.
safety.
Yeah, just at the moment the Tombstone drops, that fight is actually pretty much lost because nobody can go and hit it. Even I think it's a level 3 Tombstone there. If they keep committing into this, they just lose the fight horribly. It's Quinn leading the charge with Aegis. You can't go on him. You find the Undying with Pango, but if heroes go and help him out there with that kill, it's just going to end way worse. So I think good call from Wildcard to just cut their losses there, lose the one guy and get out. But the problem is, I think the advantage is just going to keep mounting because at the rate of map control that Soniqs have, Sven will outfarm the Troll further by the minute. A moment ago I said 1,300 net worth. Now the gap is over 2k. Gonna take this bottom tier 2 top,
Yeah,
no
and
problem. And then
Leslie,
Soniqs can kinda do whatever
Leslau
they want. They have
compared
amazing
to
vision in the
Pango
top
is
half,
almost
that
double the net
triangle of
worth.
3 dire wards that are seeing a lot of things, including Eve currently farming that old triangle area. And we see Sam now as well. Quinn is thinking about it. Do you think they might find an angle here with Leslau? Nope, they chose not to go on it. Ah, that'll
Sammy
just
Boy
take
going to
Sam.
tank the gank. And Lesh, Mr. Quinn with 2.5 minutes on the Aegis still.
Kai
Yawar,
Sanj
dodge
going
tank
for the...
is about to
What's that
dissipate,
item called
but
again?
You can just see the pushing prowess that
Fuck,
Soniqs
I can't
have
see
when
what it's called.
Dragon Form is up, along with obviously Diabolic Edict.
Not Wraithbacked.
They'll take these buildings
Eternal
extremely
Shroud.
fast. And Quinn actually getting close to finishing an Eternal Shroud.
My llama
see that
is going to
too
jump
often.
MSS.
A great item for Lesh is Devi. Are they actually going to try to fight this? The Tombstone's down
Tombstone.
already.
Rolling
So
Thunder's
Sammy
over.
Boy's
They
just
have an Aegis
gonna
on Quinn.
fall right off the bat. Still with the Aegis in tow is a nice terrorize applied to Alone.
Oh,
gonna
that's,
lead to an
what,
easy
GG
kill
call?
on him. Lama gets a nice shield crash, but again, does not lead to a kill for Wildcard. They're getting shellacked.
Quinn has a regen rune. He's going to cut this top wave, probably pop regen. I mean, you could look toward mid even at this point. You don't have to, obviously. All right, they're going to go for him here.
Yep. Still a minute 45 on this.
Pop the
Get
regen?
value out of the regen. He's taking some damage there.
Yeah. But luckily for him, the Aegis is another regen.
True.
Are they actually going to back?
Well, he's
him?
going for the new Bloodstone. I
have
love the
Dragon
new
Form
Bloodstone. It's like
for
on a
30
Lesh,
seconds,
it's
or maybe they just
instant
wait
full
for that.
HP, full mana. And you have your ulti on.
Yeah, I think so. As a BKB now online for Leslau, go along with his Blink Dagger. Yawar went for the Mage Slayer this game against the likes of Zeus and Death Prophet. A lot of spellcasters.
Yeah, they're going to commit to
Are they
Quinn.
going to go for Quinn?
Gonna
Can they
try.
kill off
He's
his
at half
Aegis?
HP, has the Eternal
At
Shroud
the
now,
very
so
freaking
Spell Light
least?
Steal online.
Interesting that he didn't activate it there when they went for that jump. He's holding on to it.
Maybe waiting for his second
Maybe we
life
get a
to use it.
3-2-2.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he also might have thought they were just trying to poke and bait, and weren't really going to
There's the Dragon Form Leslau initiation. Easy kill, no save from Alex. He does have his shard, so he tried for the rebound play, but he dies too in the end. That means
I actually
high
bought the
ground
shard.
for Soniqs. 36 seconds on the Aegis.
Dude, this feels like
Man,
one of
they're getting
Sonic's
great
games
value.
from the beginning of the tournament.
Yeah,
Just
that is true.
completely annihilating their opponents in this game. There's just nothing for Wildcard to show in this game. Their lanes went okay for a while, but with the exception of top, of course. But without that Pango being able to play make, without the Marcy having a partner to really initiate
Llama
anything.
is
Literally every
rank
single movement
7 in
the last
NA.
15 minutes have
And he
felt
got
like it's Dragon Knight
absolutely
jumping
pub
someone
stomped in
and
the
they
top
die.
lane.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm watching the same play over and over and over again. Wildcard just don't have an answer. They haven't had a save until Marcy got her shard, and it's kind of not
Full
really
set
a
of
save, but
racks
a pseudo
secured.
save here against what they're
21
facing.
minutes in.
And at this point, like, I don't even know. Okay, Gaben doesn't know either. He hasn't known for 3 minutes what to do as Radiant. It's pretty rare that I see 100% win rate expectancy pre-20
Yeah.
minutes.
I mean,
That is
this
actually
is
ridiculously uncommon.
this is easily a top hat Cinderin.
Yeah, it's got me, man. There's like, there's very few things that went wrong for Quincy or from Soniqs this game. Like,
Well,
pretty
they
much their
died
entire
twice, so that's the only 2 things that we
yeah,
can
but that's
see
not
on
even
paper.
necessarily going wrong, right? Like, I don't think any of those deaths were not for a favorable trade
Oh,
even.
Sammy
Oh.
boy, he
Found
did.
them again.
First blood was secured by Wildcard.
0 on Quinn. Beyond godlike. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what hope they're holding on for here on Wildcard. If they're going to wait for Troll BKB and then go for a Hail Mary play and try to win a fight with that. Because time is definitely running out.
Yeah, Eve has not died this game.
True.
1 kill, 1 assist. Haven't seen the ult because of that. I mean, they haven't really had a team fight at all, right? It just felt like Soniqs are getting the pickoffs or they're punishing gank attempts from Wildcard. And now the lead is going to a point where you can't really take a team fight. And the saddest scoreline of all, Devi Llama 060. The only player on his team without an assist. Very sad.
He needs one more death, and then in Counter-Strike he would be James Bond.
007.
They do KAD, right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess that's
nice
true. They
blink
switch
from
it up.
Devi. That was clutch. He will survive here.
Yep, and he's got the shard now, so that is gonna help him out a bit.
Sam has
Boy,
been here before.
He takes the outpost.
We're getting
For
close to
about,
3-2-2
5 seconds.
territory. Will it happen?
Yep.
Dies
Will
for it,
Wildcard get
Not
1
getting
kill?
value out of
I
that.
couldn't
Didn't
see
get it at the
3.
minute count, so
Oh,
doesn't really make a difference.
that was a lag
Wildcard, they
spike.
want to fight. 4 of them are smoked. Leslow's gonna show. Rolling
Can they even kill him?
Thunder.
They're
There
gonna
it is
try.
to start things out. They're gonna use it with the roll up and the BKB activate from
They
Eve
can.
and the ult as well. They're gonna
Oh,
take out
Yawar?
the DK, and now Yawar in a bit of trouble. He's in BKB form, but again, that change coming into fruition, Cinder, but it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yawar's
no
right clicks are
3-2-2,
too much
it's
to
4-22.
withstand, but he dies shortly after anyway.
4-22.
Alone drops next.
Or
and Devi,
3-21.
well, he's got
Sad.
2 assists, so it's not going to be the 007.
Nice Bramble blindly there.
It's going to be a 7th death, though, nonetheless.
That was honestly
Triple
pretty
kill.
admirable from Wildcard, right? They have a dead DP, they still go for a 4-man smoke, they burst Dragon Knight, they use that troll ult with BKB, so their first real play of the game. I'm not going to say it bears fruit, but that wasn't really a loss, even though the fight overall
Oh,
went
I'm
2 for
actually
4.
kind of
They're just that
nauseous.
far
That
behind,
the
but that
migraine
Sven
I
kill
had this
is worth
morning is
piles of
kind of
gold
back.
for the Zeus.
Only in terms of
Yeah,
like
just-
nausea.
Unfortunately, probably too little too late, but good to see a glimmer of hope from them here with that move and just taking some initiative.
wouldn't
when
say
they
glimmer
finally
of
have the
hope.
tools available. It's just developing said tools has
Stay of
taken
execution is the
a
word that
little
we're
bit
looking
too much
for.
of the time for their civilization.
Good one, Cinderin.
All right, 0 stuns, we got it. Good. 0 teleport stuns, that is.
Yeah, what do we have?
Fata? Fata could be... I mean, they don't know anything about this, so they don't dare chasing in.
Yeah.
And Fata doesn't know what they're doing either, so he actually TP's out. He was completely fine there. But, you know, lack of information. Gonna play it safe.
Well, Quinn
Roche is up.
finishes his Bloodstone.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
think
we're
that's the
happy to
thing.
see that, aren't we? That's the
Yeah,
item
it's
you
the
want to
one
see.
hero. The one hero that will buy it. I feel like it's underrated.
Whoa,
It's not
Devi.
Anyway,
one
going
of
to
the
bed.
heroes.
Alright, good night, Darksteel.
It's fine.
Yeah, he
Bye-bye.
blinked behind the wave. I don't know what he was hoping to accomplish here, but that's just a Pengold out of the window. Honestly, that's a lost Roche. I think without this spell, they can't contest the pit, so...
I don't think they could
Quincy,
in
or
general
I'm gonna
contest the
keep
pit.
saying that once in a while because of their logo. It'll get fixed, I'm sure. Soniqs will...
That's going to be their reward for
Probably make
making it to
that move.
TI. Cinderin. The
Yeah.
logo will be updated. They're going to have a team fight here. Alone gets crushed. Marcy is next.
Well, they
And
find the
actually, Eve ends up
Sven
getting the
again.
kill onto Yawar, but now he's completely out of mana and now out of HP as Quinn is the real carry for Quincy Crew. Sammy Boy, he is likely to fall next, although there was a buyback from the Marcy, so you got to be a bit careful. Pops the Unleash, using that to try to take out the Tombstone, but instead will take a split Earth to the face instead. But Alex actually able to rebound out to safety. Sammy Boy dies though.
Lone just
To the
he
hands
played it himself.
of
I
the
don't want to
Lashes.
die.
Lone is going to get right click down. That's a dieback for him. And I would expect the GGs potentially.
Quinn is crushing it. 16-0-7.
I should have picked him for least deaths. Damn it.
Yeah, me too. Then we would have been right.
Damn it, Cinderin.
You baited me somehow.
Wait, what did you go for? You went for
Alone.
Zeus. Yeah.
It's close. He's like third to last.
6 deaths.
He's died 6 times on Zeus this game. So, oh.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of what happens when the map when the map gets this small this quickly. Zeus is
DK Axe pretty
wouldn't
much
usually
done.
be at this much risk, but in order to go and find farm, he's just exposing himself to getting Blink Dragon Tailed. And
I think this is the end of the game if the fight
It's
does not
gotta
go
be.
well. And it's not going to go well without Zeus, I do believe. Fata able to force Seth to the low ground as Roche is already at half HP. They have to contest now. Rolling Thunder is available with the Blink Dagger. Are they able to scout it out in any capacity? Here comes the Rolling Thunder. Okay, there. He finally ends up in the pit. Yawar's going to pop the BKB, just focusing on Devi for a little bit. Now back onto Roche. Devi. He's taking a lot of
that's
physical damage.
not
He's dead.
good.
He's just dying in the
Aegis
middle of
and
his
Shard
roll.
to go away of Soniqs. Looks like
Take the shard on
Yawar is going to
Sven?
get the
Yep.
shard. Okay, all right.
I mean,
War
it
Cry
is a really good
undispellable.
shard, right? You just get 7 armor aura.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Depends on the game, I guess. I mean, good against the Ghost and Troll.
I mean, okay, just think about how much do you pay for a plate mill? 1400, right? It's the same as a shard costs. Plate mill gives you 10 armor. The shard gives your team 35. It's pretty insane, right? Like, that's a value proposition. And that's obviously under the condition that everybody's in range from the aura, but you get the idea. Like, this shard is actually incredible.
True.
It is amazing value.
Good
That's
math equation there.
that's why Entity were running this hero as a 4, by the way. It was for that spell in particular. It was for
Yeah.
that timing. Getting that 7 AoE armor for your team for free and having Undispellable Warcry on a support is incredibly nice against the right type of lineup. Yeah, I like seeing it on your war here.
Couple that with a Vlad's or something.
Yeah, but Kataomi's kind of a weird dude like that.
Your whole team just has
Pretty
10
good
armor.
value.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Not too shabby.
And it's time.
27k lead, trying to find things to talk about other than that this game has been over for 20 full minutes.
We can talk about how Quinn used Bloodstone on a creep wave if you have nothing to talk about. Very interesting.
Well, it's not that long of a cooldown, only 30
I'm out
seconds.
to.
in
Hey, good night, Felix.
Diabolic
Bye-bye.
Edict now.
It has the
destroying
nihilism
these
as well.
towers. Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice. Holy jeez. That is pretty ridiculous. Tombstone giving him some cover as the fortification is gone, and now pounding into the buildings. This is only going to be their second set of racks.
Well, if Wildcard aren't going to do anything in this lane, I don't think they'll have time to wait 3 minutes before the top fight happens, so you might as well have chosen to fight for this one instead of waiting for top. Oh, the Llama's going to get caught here. They might throw him away. They will.
Maybe
Nice
there's
one
an
from
item they're
Alex.
waiting for, or they're just waiting for the dragon form to wear off. It is getting somewhat
Rip.
low, but Devi Llama's dead right off the bat. Alex is next. Eve TP's in, and he's already at half HP. Might have to pop that ult. Gets soul ripped, getting chased now by Quinn, and there's the BKB and the troll ult. Can't control your hero anymore, but this is on an Aegis target, so Quinn doesn't really care too much about dying
He's not
here.
even dying.
He's just Gucci, and that's GG.
Pretty damn good. GG's finally come out.
This was a very, very, very
Soniqs up
one-sided game.
1-0 in this series. A Gaben's top hat shellacking from minute 6 and beyond.
They got absolutely crushed completely. And I mean, we had plenty of time during the game to talk over it, but I think the essential primary problem for Wildcard this game is that their playmaking heroes, Marcy and Pango, lose their lanes super hard and can't find moves. And it's just Soniqs running.
Yeah, I thought I was feeling good enough to cover anything, but Actually, I had a migraine this morning, and it okay, that's kind of weird, and it still is. It's still not gone. I thought it was gone, but I'm just gonna rest. Maybe I'll do some EU West tomorrow, but for now, I am just gonna chill. Thank you for watching, guys. Sorry I couldn't do more, be more for you. Yeah, it was also a shit game, so it doesn't help whatsoever. But yeah, see you guys. Possibly somewhere else along the week. Bye bye.